as you can see, it's raining. And I guess she gave him a different dock?
Yep.
Which one?
Right next door.
Right next door. So 45?
45.
Okay. So Mark is about to do his backing. And this just gives you an aerial view of what he does when he backs. He gets the trailer lined up. This one is I would say easy. No backing is easy. But it's better than having a whole bunch of people in front of you and obstacles and all kinds of stuff. So he is rotating the trailer to back up into the dock. We do have the beeper on this cab that goes beep, 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 the backup beep. We do have that. Sometimes we blow our horn a couple of times whenever we're getting to back, but this one does have the beep on it, so it alerts anybody that we're backing at. And he's going to be paying attention to his mirrors. We use those mirrors religiously, so you can see where he's backing up into a dock. We're gonna get loaded and have some breakfast. I'll make him his taco as well once we stop. And there you go. So I haven't been able to get up really close, but you can see where it's raining. It's hard to see, but he's gonna slide the tandems now and put the tandems all the way to the back, because it helps with loading and unloading. If the tandems, those trailer tires at the rear, are all the way to the back, gives a little more stability. So you can kind of see him going out there to release the tandems, and then he'll come forward. He'll get back in the truck, come forward, and move them all the way to the rear, and then finish backing up to the dock. So this one wasn't a really complicated back, but you always want to be careful when you're backing, no matter what. All right, well, we're finishing up here at Samsung. We ate. Mark had his taco. I had my taco. Yay, they were good. And then they came out and said, oh, by the way, now driver has to go count the pieces, which we've been here half a dozen times before in the last 6 months, and they've never, ever required us to go count the pieces. But what that means is you get out of the truck, you go around to the loading dock in the back, in the building, and you physically count all the pieces that were put into the trailer, and you verify with your signature that you witnessed all of this in the back of the truck. Some companies require it, most don't. This one is probably a high value load, so sometimes on the high value loads they do want you to go and count the pieces, and at least the driver can say, yes, I saw how many they put in and everything, in case there's a discrepancy later on. But Mark, the guy was kind of rude about it, and Mark was like, I don't care, I'll go count it. He's back. It didn't take very long. How many pieces?
147 TVs.
147. So he counted it. Now I'm videoing. He counted it, verifies it, puts his John Hancock on the bills that he verified, as well as the loader of what count was on the trailer. And I guess they're still loading, or you were just counting it before?
Yeah.
Okay, so this basically what happens. Let me back up a little bit. They get it pre-staged before they put it on the truck, and it's all out where you can count it, because once it's in the trailer, can't really, you have to walk in between things. And so it's all pre-staged. They're not supposed to load any more or any less than what he verified, which, like I said, it's a very, 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 very few companies require the driver to do a count. But could you imagine trying to do one for like Dollar Tree or Dollar General or something, and have to go out there and count those pieces? Holy crap. These are just one item, different sizes maybe, but one item and easier to count. I can't imagine, okay, that's 2,000 toothbrushes, or that's like 500 socks. I don't know. But anyway, so he went and did it, counted it. He's back, and now they're loading it because I'm like shaking back and forth. So they're loading, and it won't take them very long to load that. Then we're going to be out of here, and we will take it over to our yard and stage it. And then I suppose we're going, because staging and there's staging, like I said, there's staging before, and relay basically are the same thing. It depends on the company. Schneider used to call it staging, and then if we picked up a load away from the yard, like out in the United States, we picked it up from another driver, they would call that a relay. But because like a relay race, you hand off the baton. Well, here you're handing off, and some loads we had to do face to face for the relay because it was a high value. Like we had Coach purses one time, and you cannot leave that load no matter what. Or cigarettes, big cigarette loads, you can't leave those alone. So if you're handing that load off to another driver, you have to do it face to face. But if it's something like, I don't know, Tupperware or something that's not a super high value load, we've picked those up at truck stops or at a designated place that another driver, for some reason, maybe emergency, time off or something else, had to abandon the load. Then it's a relay. We would go pick it up and relay it. But these, we kind of call them staging. We're kind of staging this load for the next driver. It's very convenient for him. All he has to do is pick it up at the yard. It's already counted, scaled, sealed. The bill of ladings are already here. We took the time to sit here and get it. We don't get paid any extra normally for that though. So we'll take it to the yard and then stage it for another driver to just simply pick it up at the yard and take it, which could be a relay on their end. So now it's a relay to them because we relayed it to them, but it's a stage according to the company because we staged the load for someone else. So you can see where it's just bizarre. Whatever you call it, that's what we're doing right now. And I think we have a load to Oklahoma City waiting on us. I don't know if we've gotten all the details on it yet, but once we get back to the yard, Marco turn in all his paperwork, and it's so important. Hang on to your paperwork. Mark has whoa, it's jolting around there, loading us. He has a thing like this that opens, and you can put your, store your important documents in there. It's got a clipboard at the top, so he knows, he's very meticulous, very meticulous. He writes down from the Qualcomm, he writes down like all of the pickup numbers, the time and date, when he was in, when we got here, when we left. He is super meticulous in a spiral. We have numerous spirals that go back like forever because he writes them down. That way, if there's a discrepancy, like in your paycheck or something, you can go back to that and say, look, I wrote it down from the Qualcomm, because that disappears after a little while. You erase it from the Qualcomm. But you can go back on here and say, no. I wrote it down directly from the Qualcomm. This is what I've got. And granted, I mean, they can say, well, you just forged that too. But, the thing of it is, if you can present things to your driver manager and say, something's not right about this. This is what we did. Like a load was skipped, or a load was overlooked, or blah, blah. You can go back to this, and yes, they will look at it and say, okay, now I know where to go back into the computer and look and see what we did wrong. So it's a very helpful tool to have that, and to write document as much as you can with every load, no matter how big, how small. So anyway, he did that, and once again, they're loading us because I keep jolts the trailer. So once they're done, I think they're almost done because there was only 147 pieces. So it's very light load, very, very. It always is. We've done this one numerous times. So it's usually going to a Walmart, I think, in Georgia. But anyway, we're gonna finish up here, and once again, have a very safe day. It's raining, so please be careful. People drive crazy when it rains. Remember to turn your headlights on if they don't automatically come on. And watch out for each other. Take care. And like and subscribe if you want more information. And look at my other videos if you want to. It's something to do. And we're kind of interesting being out here life on the road. So life on the road is real life trucking. It's minute by minute, not, you know, nothing is pre-done out here. It's crazy. We did stop at if I can give a shout out to the pilot in, I think it's in Seabrook, Texas. I can't remember, but it's near Ennis. It's south of Ennis on 45. It's a brand new pilot. It is on the west side of the highway. It's brand new. It's got a new smokehouse. We tried some of their barbecue last night. Not impressed, but they're brand new. It's gonna get better. I just don't think they really knew what they were doing. But anyway, it was edible. However, this morning, big old breakfast tacos or burritos with amazing chorizo. It was not too greasy, because we run into that here in Texas where your chorizo is super greasy and it upsets your tummy, and grease makes it taste good, don't get me wrong. But this was very done very well. And the egg, it was chorizo, egg, and cheese. And it was delicious. So I heated it up in the microwave. He got one, I got one, with some hot sauce. It was really, really good. Then they were giving away those free fried pies. They had a whole bunch of them sitting out, and she was like, oh no, you can take a couple of them, they're free. I could tell they were from the day before. They were a little mushy. But once you heated it up, it tasted just like, oh, I don't know, if you were to eat, you know, a pie, but a piece of pie, basically. But they're called fried pies, and they're very good. I had sugar-free. So anyway, that we had that today, and that will keep us going till later into the day. I don't know if I'll have time to go to Walmart today. I would like to, but I don't know if I'll have time today. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining in on our load. And I kind of discussed staging or relay loads, little bit of backing. I mean, every back is different. Every back is different. So this one, there was nothing blocking his way. He could almost do a straight back. We call that a straight back, when you can pull forward, line up, and come straight back. You don't have to angle it at 45 or angle it at 90. Mark knows how to blindside. I don't recommend blindsiding from your right. Try to back from your left at all possibilities. I mean, even go down, turn around, and come back if you're not facing the right way, because blindside backing. But he's been backing for 27 years, so backing to him is not, it's not, I mean, I've felt it where he's pulled forward an inch, backed, pulled forward an inch, back, move the tractor, pull forward, and I mean, just barely an inch in front of the other, like other tractors facing you, and it's like, or a fence or a brick wall, and I'm like, oh my Lord. He's had to pull in the West Coast mirror. They'll call it West Coast mirrors. The mirrors on either side, obviously we don't have a rear view mirror. What good would that do? He's had to pull those in sometimes to back in. It's so tight. I mean, I don't know. He knows where that trailer is in his head at all times. I lose sight of it whenever I was backing. I was horrible. I would lose sight of, in my mind, you have to have it set up right. If you do not have that trailer set up correctly, when you know, like here's the tractor, here's the trailer. If you don't have that lined up correctly, you know, you're like cockeyed this way or this way, you're fighting it. He is just, you know, so bless him. But anyway, guys, be safe out there. Thanks for listening. Have a good day, and I'll be back with you later.